Behind every PHS performance, event, and production is the tech crew. They handle painting, building, lighting, and sound to make it all come together. Let's take a closer look at their process.
What's your name and what's your role on stage crew?
So I'm Jeff, and I am the technical director and set designer for spectacle theater and everything that happens at the performing arts department.
And what are the different sections of tech crew?
So we have the carpenters who come in, they build everything out of the wood, and then we send it over to the painters. Painters will back paint them, and then if there's for Clue, we're doing a lot of wallpaper, so they'll do stenciling. And then props, they're in the props room, they make all the hand props and work on the furniture for the shows. We have electricians who do all the lighting, not only for that's in the theater, but if there's any lights on the set, they'll install those. And then we have the sound team and the video team who do any digital backdrops we need or sound effects. And then we also have costumers, hair and makeup.
What department are you in?
I'm in stage management.
I am the head painter, so I'm in the paint department, which is also kind of the same thing as the costumes department.
I'm the prop supervisor currently for the operetta, the play, and the musical in the winter spring.
What's your role in the tech crew?
I'm the light board operator. I'm in the sound department, so I'm the sound designer and sound engineer for every show that happens with Spectacle Theater.
And what does your day look like?
So typically I start the day by answering emails, seeing if there are any notes from the previous night's rehearsal, and then I'll do some drafting to make sure that I'm ready for when the crew arrives, make sure they have drawings. And then crew shows up after school and we just work, building, painting, hanging lights, setting up sound, cutting things until about 6:30.
What's a typical day at rehearsal in tech crew like?
We start up in the pack, we go there, and then we take a little attendance, and we hear what each department is going to be doing that day. We go to either the booth or the catwalk or the shop.
What does the daily work look like for you?
Right now at this part in the process, we're doing a lot of base painting. So it's painting everything one color to be ready to be painted its actual pretty color.
Currently for Clue, I'm an assistant stage manager, which means I'm in rehearsal, playing sound cues, taking the rehearsal report, and I'm almost never down here with the rest of the crew building and painting.
So what does your job here consist of?
So I would have to make a prop list on Google Sheet of just everything that we need for the shows. And then we would give some stuff up to rehearsal for them to practice with. And then for the real stuff, we'll either be making that, buying it, or renting it. And then during the shows, just be managing the props when they come on. We'll have them on the table. It'll be all set up and organized.
What's that exactly consist of?
Anything from finding sound effects and making sound effects and putting them together in a QLab file, to running microphones and then also running any audio equipment that's on stage. So microphones, speakers, cable, all sorts of things.
Tell me a bit of what your day looks like.
It really depends. If I'm doing a show, then I'm over here at the booth and I'm using the light board. But before that, when we have to prepare, I'm usually focusing lights, which is making them go in the right spots to hit the stage. So that would probably be up there.
What different lights do you control for the stage?
I can control any of those lights from the board, but I usually don't have to do each and every one individually. I can do them in groups.
So what do you guys do up in the catwalk?
That's for the lights that hit more front or way back. So we can move them around as well, or there's spotlights up there.
What made you join tech crew?
I first joined in 8th grade at the middle school PMS because my friend was doing it and I had just moved and I didn't know a lot of people, and I was like, well, I want to start doing something. And I just really, really love the visual arts, and I think it's really important to have a creative outlet and a way to make something.
So why did you decide to join the lights team?
I did the operetta last year, I did Spotlight, and I really enjoyed it, and so I decided to join lights.
So where do you guys store the props normally?
So we store it in the props closet, and then we have different cabinets for different sections. So we have foods, all that stuff. And then in each of those cabinets are different bins. In foods, there's utensils, pans, and all that stuff.
What part of the preparation is the hardest?
I think Tech Week is very intense. A lot of days you're at school until 7:30, and then if there's more work, that's just doing rehearsals on stage. And then if there's more work to be done on the sets, then you're there until maybe like 9 o'clock.
So what are the typical hours for Tech Crew each week?
Some days it's like 3:30 to 5:30 or 6:30 on Fridays. Saturdays, sometimes we'll have like special crew calls where we go usually 10 to 3.
How many hours do you spend working on the lights each week for Tech Crew?
It's like 12 hours, but probably more.
Nice. So how many hours a week do you work with the sound department?
The closer we get towards Tech Week, which is our rehearsal weeks with the actors, it could be, I want to say, 3 hours a day or 5 days a week, so 15 hours.
Yeah.
Sometimes weekends, which can be like a 6-hour thing.
Okay.
So about 20-ish hours a week.
How does the Tech Crew process vary from play to play or musical to musical?
It really depends because with Groundhog Day, it was focused almost around a turntable with other moving parts. And then with Clue, which is more of based in a house, it's based on rooms and like how a house is built. And it's really interesting to see how sets can vary so differently.
What do you think is the biggest challenge in managing all of this?
I mean, space is a big issue. Right now we have carpenters building and painters painting all in a very small room, so we can only do a certain amount of things.
And what makes you the proudest to be in part of the Tech Crew?
I really like hearing all the feedback after the shows. Once everyone has their mics off and we can go out to talk to all the people who got to see it and hearing them like light up as they talk about how cool it was and how amazed they are.
I'm proud of basically the final product. So like when we finished making something and you see how it turns out and how it's used on stage.
And what would you say is the most fulfilling thing about Stage Crew?
I just love having the kids show up and get to try new things and then know that whatever we put on stage is on stage because they made it happen. I do very little work in the shop. I make sure that they do the majority of it.